Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. And what is this video about? Well, it's time for part 3 of my top VST plugins, top favorite VST plugins, top go-to VST plugins, top reasonably priced VST plugins, top deep flexible VST plugins, great for sound design and great for performance and great for composition. What did I do so far? So I did Glitch 2 some time ago, and then I did Artillery by Sugar Bytes, and this time it's another gem from Sugar Bytes. It's Turnado. Here it is, and it's quite small on my screen, so maybe I might have to zoom in and try and remember not to move it around too much. So what's Turnado? Well, it's a thing that just does basically everything. I don't really think that you would really need anything else, to be honest. It just does everything. So I've just loaded the default preset, so I'm just going to screw around with that. Let's see what we've got. Okay, all right. So, yeah, I mean, that was pretty exciting, wasn't it? Right off the bat. So basically, this is a multi-effects processor of incredibly high caliber, and it's great for performance. It's great for experimenting. It's great for production. It's especially great for performance. I think I just said that. And I've used it loads in live sets. I normally just stick it on the master channel and just use it as a kind of crazy destroy your music kind of transition thing, to go from one part of a set to another in very interesting ways, very rhythmic, very beat based ways, but also sometimes very tonal and experimental and textured ways as well. There's a ridiculous amount of stuff to play around with here. So this is just like a default preset. This is the freeze verb. So like so each of these here are these little effects blocks, and whoa, what was that? What did I just do there? Oh, I just clicked a thing and some presets came up. Right, okay, that's good. So yeah, so you basically just turn this up and it enables the effects. And then you turn it down and then it turns it off. And you do the same for this one, for this one, for this one. It's lots of fun. And it doesn't really stop there. So you can try like some other ones. So you can try like the Granulizer. We'll just grab the Granulizer and chuck it on there and then see what. Oh, hello. Oh, that's wow. Hello. Yeah, I mean, you can see why I like things like this. So, yeah, and there's all different types of categories. There are yellow color-coded categories. It's good, isn't it? So we've got different types of delays here. Then we've got modulation effects. We've got some reverbs. We've got some more, obscure stuff, ring modulators, a vocoder. There's an amp simulator. That's pretty good. Then we've got like some filters, a spectralizer. And then we've got some kind of like granular stuff and then sort of beat-based mangling things here in green. And it's fantastic. I don't even really know where to start. This could possibly be a long video of me just drinking and playing with Turnado. So I'm warning you now, this could take, maybe a good hour out of your time or not, I don't know. So the thing that I love about it the most is that the interface is so austere and yet intuitive, but you can go incredibly, incredibly deep with this plugin. Let's just look at the Tonalizer, for example. So the Tonalizer is currently loaded onto parameter, onto knob number 7 here. Woo! So, you know, you might just think, well, that's just a flanger thing, isn't it? But oh no, there's more to it than that, because you can snap the Tonalizer to scales. This is brilliant. So I can say, okay, I want the Tonalizer on the left-hand side to be major, and maybe the Tonalizer on the right-hand side to be major. Yeah, and then this... That's not really, that wasn't a particularly good demonstration. Why don't I actually pull in the vinyl distortion from the Ableton stock library? Where is it? There it is. And I'll just plonk that down there and increase that a little bit. And let's listen to the Tonalizer tonalize that vinyl distortion. Okay, let's work out what's going on here. So let's whack the feedback up. Can you hear how that's all in tune? So we can actually link those parameters to one of these modulators down here. There are two modulators. There's LFO1 and LFO2, but but both of the LFOs don't just have to be LFOs. They can actually be a sequencer, and we can find that like this. Yeah, we can go to step sequencer. So I can draw in a little sequence here like this, and I can link that to the pitch of the Tonalizer. So when I turn that on, that step sequencer is going to start cycling through and affect the pitch of the Tonalizer. So, you know, we kind of just made some music there, really, just with a flanger. So, yes, it's brilliant. So let's have a look at some of the other. That's one of my favorite things. I love screwing around with the Tonalizer. And, you know, once we've done that, we can then route that through another effect, because it has this dynamic routing. What you can do is you can have it set up so that 1 goes into 2 and 2 into 3, 3 into 4, 4 into 5, etc., etc. Or you can go to settings and you can enable, where is it? Dynamic signal flow. So that basically means that the first one that gets activated gets put at the start of the chain, and then the next one that gets activated gets added to that, is next in the chain. So basically, you can route 8 effects, 8 different, well, I don't know how many different ways, a lot of different ways. So now that I've let's close that. Now that I've, you know, made that little Tonalizer sequence that's pitched to a major key, once I've done that, I can turn up the freeze verb and put reverb on it. So I'm just going to sort of make some noise here. Yeah, it's really good. So, you know, I mean, I've only been messing around with this for, well, it's just been 10 minutes, and the possibilities are overwhelming. Let's have a look at some other stuff. So the Slice Arranger is really good. The Slice Arranger has all of these different like patterns. And so if I kind of dial in how much I want to turn each of these. Actually, let's put this one down to 0. Yeah, that's fine. So as I increase now, what I've done is I've mapped the with this thing here. This basically says this is how much you map this parameter to the main to the main knob. So you can only, if you want to just have a little bit of modulation, then you just dial in that much, and then you move that parameter to say, I want to modulate around this. But if we have that all the way down and turn that all the way up, then we can dial through all of the patterns, and there's quite a lot of patterns for doing pretty cool glitch out, glitch ups. It's good, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, like the way that works is that it kind of just, there must be some sort of circling buffer in the background, and then basically what happens is that when you turn it in, it stops recording into the buffer and just basically keeps whatever's in that buffer and uses that to jiggle around with all these various patterns. Yeah, it's so good. I mean, this thing, and oh my god, the amount of options here are just ridiculous. So that like we could have an LFO router to fill number 1 and a different LFO router to fill number 2, and then you could control which pattern you want with the main knob. There's a crazy amount of flexibility here. There's also like ways that you can treat it against the incoming dry signal. There's a quantize here. So this is like when it turns on. So, if you say 1/1, then regardless of when you turn it on, it will wait until the next bar to start doing its thing. It's fantastic. Let's have a look at some of the other effects. What do we got? I quite like this thing. This is good for drums. I'll get to that in a minute. Let's have a look at the pattern filter. Let's put the oh, that one's already there. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this. We got some pattern. I think maybe the transport needs to be going? No. Okay, well, it's not huge. Okay, let's persevere. Wow. Hello there. What is going on? Sweep range. Let's turn the sweep range down. Is it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Some of them I don't know as well as other ones. The vocoder's fun. Let's have a go with the vocoder. Hello. Oh, hello. It's a vocoder. And I think again that I think there's some. Yeah, there are some, tempered musical things to explore here. Major, minor. What's going on with this? Okay, let's just see. Yeah. Pretty cool. So we'll just do a few more of me prattling around with the freeze verb. Oh my god, you turn it all the way up and it freezes. And there's loads of different there's loads of different reverb algorithms. What? It's incredibly good. The actual reverb itself has got like all of these different like reverb algorithms. I don't know where they're from. Not really too switched on with my reverb algorithms, but there's loads of things to try. Oh, what did I do there? Did I break it? I think I might have broken it. Hi. 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 Reflectivity up full. Wow. Whoa. Yeah. I do love a reverb that you can wiggle about and it goes vroom, like what that one just did. Okay, so maybe let's, I'll just stop talking and we'll try it with some beats. So I'm just going to move it to another track and pull in, what could we pull in? Let's pull this in, and I might just have to zoom out here and make a quick adjustment so that this isn't blastingly loud. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's try it with some beats. So yeah, it does get interesting when you start to play around with the dynamic signal flow. So, you know, to start with there, I was dialing in the slice arranger and then I applied the Vinylizer. But if I turn them all off, I can do them in the opposite order, which is kind of fun. And also the slice arranger has this option to, where is it? I've got to find it. Re-record. So basically what will happen is that rather than just, you know, use what's in its current buffer, it will actually record new stuff and screw around with that. Excuse me. It will screw around with that newly recorded stuff. And I think it's probably determined by this. Maybe. So if I say every bar, it's now going to re-record every bar. So if you use that in conjunction with some other effects, then the slice arranger will process the newly processed. Oh my God, it's just mind blowing. So let's turn this back down. Let's bring in our tonalizer here. So you can hear how it was kind of, it was processing, it was re-recording every bar, and therefore, you know, you can tweak around with some stuff into things like the slice arranger and get like stuff that's a little bit more free, or you can turn that off and just create these like, just sort of nice grooves, really interesting grooves. So let's maybe do the tonalizer again. So yeah, we can of course route an LFO to all the various patterns. So why don't we do that? And rather than actually just dial up and down with the patterns, we'll essentially just turn the effect on, and then the LFO can do the dialing around of the patterns. So let's turn this down, which effectively just says don't assign to the main knob, and we'll go to our random step. So this is just a random LFO here. Let's go for like a rate of 1/2. Let's put the amount up full. And so you can see there now, as I adjust the amount on this LFO, it applies this modulation kind of map here to say that this is going to be modulated by the LFO when you turn it on. So if I turn on the effect now, you'll see that it starts jumping around. Regardless of where I put this, it just jumps around like that. So if we hear that with the beats, we can hear it jump around all the various patterns. So if we let's have a think about this. What were we doing? Let's have a look at this Vinylizer thing. So there are different sizes for the Vinylizer. This is like a kind of start-stop kind of thing. Slow down, down slope, up slope. Okay, so let's maybe just... Okay, so why don't we do a similar sort of thing there? We'll map, rather than use the knob, we'll use the LFO. So we'll dial in the LFO here and we'll go to random step. Let's go for a rate of like 1/4. Increase the amount. And then what will happen is that when we turn on the dial, that will start LFOing around. LFOing is a term, all right? So let's have a listen. So let's dial that in now. Okay, so some of it's a bit aggressive. We'll back down. So you kind of need to find some sweet spots, but it's worth it. Love this pitch modulate, real-time pitch modulation. It's so good. Scratch. Okay, let's apply a different LFO to the slow down speed. Yeah, okay. Let's just go fucking mental. Let's assign LFO2 to that. And again, we'll use the random step. Dial it into a setting that we like. Okay, it sounds a bit irritating, DJ. But hi, welcome to my channel. So let's dial in the Vinylizer and then apply the slice arranger, which has got those modulations on it, and just listen to the madness. Yeah, loads of fun, loads of fun. And so, you know, you can use that like very, very meticulously. You can spend hours and hours and hours planning all of these effects really meticulously. It's incredibly satisfying. I've done it. And then you can save them as a preset, and then you can just dump that into to your live set. Also, really, honestly, what blows my mind, I don't know how these people do it, but like considering the amount of processing that there is in this thing, the amount of CPU usage is, I mean, if I maybe zoom back out, you can kind of see right now that it's sort of liaising around 3 to 4%. Let's see what happens when I actually turn the effects on. Still there, around 4%. Okay. So yeah, basically it's incredibly lightweight as well. So you could maybe get away with using like 8 of them in a set. I didn't show you the dictator yet. So the dictator is this thing where you can basically draw in, it's kind of a sequencer for all of the knobs. And so once you've drawn in the sequence that you like, you basically control the sequence by advancing through it with this one fader here. So you can see how all the knobs are turning. And you know, this is kind of fun. I don't use it that much, I'll be honest, but it is fun because you can just hit random, and you can hit random here, and you can hit random here, and hit random here, and hit random here, and here, and here, and here, and all this sort of stuff. You can hit random like here and here. You just keep hitting random like here and here and here and here. And then, you know, you just find these little things. Oh, what's that? What's going on? That's music. That's actual music. That's okay, let's try some more stuff. Just hit random, 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 random. Just hit random all day long. Random all day, all night. That's for you. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, what else can I say? There's so much to explore. There's the pitch delay I personally really enjoy quite a lot as well. I mean, who doesn't like a pitch delay? And really nice that you can just, what's that? Douchebag forgetter. What kind of preset name is that? That's a silly preset name. What does that mean? Okay, so let's have a, I'll put it back on my voice. Let's go back onto my voice here and just try some of this pitch delay stuff. So there's some look at all of these options for the pitch. Hello? Let's go a little bit more wet. Whoa. Okay. Hello? Yeah, I love this shit. Hi. Exciting times with me. Let's turn the sync off and go for working milliseconds. Hi. It is digital psychedelia, probably my favorite genre. In fact, I think that's just my genre. That's my genre. Digital cosmic digital psychedelic freak out noise glitch. That's my thing. So what was the other thing I wanted to show? The reactor is quite good. So this is kind of like a kind of granular freezing kind of thing where let's just get all this back to normal. So if I turn that on, then it sort of doesn't trigger until the audio signal goes beneath the threshold. So if let's try this out. I think so now it's triggering all the time because I can't do that. Can't talk. How am I meant to talk with that on? So let's try it. It probably works better with beats. So let's let's put it back on the beats and hear it with the beats. Oh my goodness me. Fun, yeah. So, I mean, I think, I could really good, I could go on, like, it's just one of these plugins that's just like hours of fun, like I've spent hours just running radio static into it and just having a very, very nice time. Loads and loads of stuff to play with. Let's have a look at the Spectralizer. What's going on with that? Let's put it back on my voice. The Spectralizer. Oh. I think I'm coming up on my shrooms, yo. My tummy hurts.
This is good. 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 Psychedelic. Drink some beer. 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 I drank some beer. I drank some beer. I drank some beer. I drank some beer. Let's put some reverb on it. 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 Let's stop it. Wind your neck in, mate. I think that was getting a little bit much, wasn't it? So there you go, Turnado. What a fantastic plugin. It really is. So yeah, I've probably done way too much. So that's it. See you next time for another video about VSTs, I guess. I don't really have that many. I'm not really too sure how many more to do now. I've kind of done absolutely 3 of my favorites, but you know, sometimes times change. And the flanger, I didn't try the flanger. Let's try that. Hello, the flanger. Oh look, the flanger's doing some stuff there. Yeah, okay, all right, yeah, that'll do. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and Patreon and stuff, and see you